Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with another reading for you. So this will be focused on the second half of September from the 15th all the way through the 30th. These are the decks that I'll be using for this reading: the Sacred Healing Journey by Angelic Revelation 144, and two of my own decks, the Valentine Connection Oracle and Tarot. General advice as always, please keep that in mind throughout the reading and only take the parts of it that make sense for you and release the rest. Let's take a look and see what you need to know. Welcome Capricorn. Let's get into some messages, guys, and see what it is that you need to know for the second half of the month. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Engagement. Yes, will you marry me? So that could be a reality for some of you. Amazing. Now, some of you might already have gotten engaged. This could be maybe an indication that you are in the planning stages. A very exciting time to plan for your future with your love. Or this is what you're wanting. All right, let's see. All right, we have three cards literally flying out the deck. Let's read them. All right, so we have receiving, heart chakra opening to receive unconditional love. But we also have a couple of challenging cards. We do have emotions, wanting to make an offer, but fears rejection. So I gotta say, maybe we have a person here who wants to commit, who wants to be able to propose marriage. It literally says, will you marry me? So I'm just feeling here, they're afraid perhaps that it might not turn out in their favor. So they're afraid. And then we do have addiction, battling or recovering from alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, or shopping addictions. That, of course, is a very specific message for those of you who relate to that. That also could have really brought on some major challenges in the partnership. So we'll see how that plays a role with the rest of the cards that come through. But that is the opening message. So let's grab some verbiage here, guys, when it comes to your romantic connections. So somebody might want to propose marriage, but they are coming through as somebody who's really fearful that maybe you might say yes, or it could be you, the viewer, wanting to propose marriage and you're not quite sure it'll work out. All right, let's see what the words are for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What do we need to know here? I am so in love with you. This person really wants you to know this. They want to marry you. They want to be with you. They see you as their person. So do you agree? Do you feel the same way? All right, let's grab another. Are you in love as well, or not really? Let's see. I just need you to hold me tight. Maybe there's something about those intimate moments, or just your hug, the way you would touch them. Let's grab another here. It is clarification for some of you that you're apart, that you're not together. It hurts when we're apart. I'm also getting, for some of you, you really want them to take a stand and basically tell you how much you mean to them, but maybe they haven't done that, not because they don't feel it, but because more than likely, again, they are fearful of rejection. That could be a real thing. They could have past trauma from previous partnerships as well. Let's grab another card for Capricorn. You are the music in my heart, the rhythm in my soul. Together we are a lyrical masterpiece. So there's music tied into that. Maybe they could be a musician, or they just love music. They could write music, they could sing. Maybe this is you. Ultimately, what I'm feeling from this person is they don't want to be with anyone else. They want to be with you, but they're also afraid that maybe either you don't feel the same, or you're maybe not ready to take things to the next level as far as proposals, engagements, and marriage, maybe moving in together. It's a big step. So I'm just feeling either you're not ready or they're afraid that you're not ready, so they don't even bother going down that road. All right, let me grab some tarot and let's take a look and see how this plays out for you. If I can grab this card, there we go. All right, so let's take a look and see where this is going. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn. Yeah, it does seem right now that there is stagnancy in the partnership. Maybe in the 3D, you guys are in no contact, you're not speaking. Let's see what else. What else for Capricorn? So Divine Feminine, you're coming in with the energy of the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, I mean, courageous. So it could be a masculine coming in with this type of message. Wants to make an offer, but fears rejection. So you're not coming through, Divine Feminine, as the person that's afraid. Could be the masculine. Because part of the amazing vibe from the Queen of Wands is having confidence. It's like you know what it is that you want. But maybe your masculine isn't so sure. Because ultimately it looks like a good match. It's just that they're allowing their fears, maybe from, again, past partnerships that didn't work out, to get in the way of taking action. And that could be really difficult, you know. It creates stagnancy. It really does create that stalemate. Interesting. We do have the Queen of Swords. I do feel in certain scenarios there could have been a third party scenario, okay? So a Divine Masculine might have ended up hurting you, Divine Feminine. Let's see what else here. Look at this. All right, so the Strength card, really interesting. Because if they're afraid, it's going to take time perhaps for them to get to a place where they can pick themselves up and, you know, realize that they're a lot braver, a lot more courageous than they perceive themselves to be. So this could actually be temporary, guys, where you and your person are in separation because they weren't able to come forward and just have that conversation, you know, to let you know that you're the one that I want, you're the one that I want to marry, you're the person that I see forever with, you know. And if they weren't able to get those words out, if they weren't able to express themselves in that way, it might have made you feel, Divine Feminine, that either they didn't love you or that they didn't want you. And as bizarre as this might be, because they were afraid to take that next step with you, they ended up going in a different direction, maybe because of past trauma again, or because that it just felt like that was the easier route for them. It's like, I don't think this is going to work out. I don't think my feminine is going to say yes. And so let me explore another connection to see what happens there. But I feel part of their realization is that life means nothing without you. They're in love with you. Let's see what else here. This is coming through as a twin flame connection. I do ultimately feel that it could be temporary if you are in separation, if you guys are in no contact, or if there's a third element, a third party in the picture. I feel more time is needed to be able to see where things are going to go. But I do see a masculine coming to their senses, I must say. It hurts them to be apart from you, Divine Feminine, you know. And this card just decided to come right out. We've got the Nine of Swords. As you can see, fear and anxiety. They are allowing their fears to get in the way of doing the right thing. And so what happens is they end up doing things that are not coming from a place of authenticity. And that includes maybe connecting with other people. You know, maybe ultimately they realize that I'm just getting from this person, they're lost. They lost their way, and they contributed to this through some of the decisions that they have made. And ultimately, they're having a really difficult time processing everything. I feel they want you back. They want to be in your life. They see you as their ideal person. They want to marry you. They want to be with you, have all of the amazing experiences with you. They need to be able to process all this and figure things out and do the right thing. I feel eventually they will, but it's a really difficult process for you to just not necessarily putting your life on hold. Hopefully you're not doing that. But if you're in limbo with this person and you're not quite sure what their intentions are, at the end of the day, you're not meant to put your life on hold. Just keep living your life. And if somehow life puts you onto a different path where you connect with somebody else, this person is going to have, you know, a really big lesson tied in with this one, because by the time they figure out that you're the one, timing could be completely off and you might have already moved on to somebody else. So it could be their loss, and there's a huge regret that's going to come from that. So they really do, I apologize for that noise, they really do need to be able to process their fears, to overcome that, to find the courage, as we can see here, to be able to do whatever is necessary. And I'm feeling this for a masculine, because feminines, you're already there. You know what it is that you want. You're not afraid to go after what it is or who it is that you want. Queen of Wands, you know, and the Queen of Swords is a badass also when it comes to the feminines. So masculines kind of need to get their act together. If they want you, then they're going to have to do the legwork to prove to you that that's what it is that they want. All right, so I don't know who this is for, but that's what's coming through there. If you are interested in your own reading, I would love to do that for you. That info is down below in the description box, as well as the link to all of the decks here. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.